Have you ever wondered why most women are attracted to a particular male figure's representation? When reading a romance novel, more often than not, the male love interest is always portrayed as self-sufficient, dependent, intelligent, and charismatic, among others. Even in a movie, the same applies, except on rare occasions when the narrative changes. This goes a long way to show that men are expected to possess some traits, but unfortunately, we are not in a perfect world, so it can't always be this way. Sigma males are also known as lone wolves, and they can also be regarded as the alpha male without a pack. They are always confident in themselves and are mostly successful. They stick to doing things all alone without the help of anyone and don't need validation from others because they are confident in themselves. Of all the categories of males, they seem to be the most attractive to women because of their self-sufficiency. Virtually every male can learn to be a Sigma male, which is why today we will be revealing the unique characteristics of high-value Sigma males and how to become one. Stay tuned. The Sigma males are the people who don't wait for the words of validation to prove themselves. As Joel Martineau once said, "Believe in yourself and believe in your dreams. Follow them, never give up." That's the most important thing. If you believe you can get there, then one day you will. This perfectly describes the resolve of the Sigma male. They strongly believe in themselves and believe they can achieve whatever they set their mind to do. They don't wait for approval from people, and they don't wait for people to tell them what they expect them to do. When a woman encounters a Sigma male, she will notice that they always set their mind on their desired goals and plan to achieve them without waiting for anyone's validation or expectation. Society always has a way of making us compete with one another, but this is not for the Sigma males. They write their timelines and follow the timing without competing with anyone. The Sigma male does not care about what society is expecting from them. They are focused more on what they expect from themselves. Another prominent trait that makes every woman want a Sigma male is that they are extra focused and will rather fail while trying and learn from their mistakes than constantly rely on people to help them do things. They value people and recognize that they cannot do everything themselves. However, instead of solely relying on people, they tend to give the responsibility they cannot handle out to the appropriate person. They don't like their lives to be controlled by others, which is why they would rather subject the fate of their lives to their own hands. Unlike other types of men who have always waited for things to be done for them, the Sigma male is different. They have learned to be dependent on themselves, which means they do things on their own. They don't hesitate to spend quality time training to get things done, rather than waiting for them to be done by others. Since time immemorial, most women have loved it when men know what they want and take charge of the situation. They will gladly submit to a man who is a problem solver and doesn't cower in the face of challenges. They want to bring their issues to you, and you lead them on the way to solving them. This is another trait that makes a Sigma male stand out. You will never meet him clueless. He has invested time and resources to be adequately informed and educated, and women love to see their men know what they don't know. Don't we all just love a charismatic young man? I'm sure we do, and this also makes women like the Sigma male. I can't help but agree with the words of Toba Beta. Charisma is the fragrance of the soul. Even though the Sigma male makes no special attempt to show off his charisma, it nevertheless comes through. Sigma males make it along with a wide range of personality types, while Sigma men can appear to act and speak differently from other men. This is more a result of distinct objectives than poor social skills. When he wants to be, the Sigma guy can be quite charming. His innate charm, which is complemented by his tenacity, enables him to succeed in both his personal and professional endeavors. The Sigma male is a self-assured man. He attracts a lot of female attention because of his inner strength and self-assurance. Although he can seduce any woman, he does not tend to switch from one woman to another. Instead, he looks for a woman who is equally autonomous and self-sufficient because that is what the Sigma guy finds most alluring. Sigma males wouldn't be called lone wolves if they were not knowledgeable about the things they do and were not able to follow their path. Once they see a need for a particular skill, they will swiftly dedicate their time to learning that skill and make use of it when it is needed. They always seek to learn new practices and new skills, especially when they are sure you might need the knowledge in the future. That knowledge, at times, may not be for the present, but might be useful for the future. This is because they don't base their decisions on other people's ideas, but rather on what they've learned and come to reasonable conclusions about. The moment a woman gets to discover the emotional side of a Sigma male, she gets attracted to him. This might sound surprising because you might have heard tales that Sigma males have no emotions. But this is wrong. Unlike alpha men and others with emotions, Sigma males are not unemotional. They have feelings and care about other people's feelings too. They express their emotions just like you do, but never do that openly. They are just very private about their feelings. They are very loyal, faithful, and supportive partners, and this draws women to them all the more. No woman wants a man who talks without critical thinking. This makes the Sigma man stand out. A strong suit of Sigma males is the ability to make the right decision. This doesn't mean they don't also make mistakes after all. They are human. However, they engage in critical thinking and will mostly look at things from all perspectives before making any decision and sticking to it. They would have conducted the necessary research in depth before concluding, and this gives them an edge over everyone else. Also, independence is a lifestyle for the Sigma male. The male Sigma is autonomous and self-sufficient. He may have many friends, both male and female, but the only person he needs to validate him is himself. He does not depend on the strength of others to motivate him. The Sigma male is at ease on his own, and his confidence comes from inside, unlike the alpha male, who needs a herd to exert his dominance over. Women love a respectful man, and this respect applies to all. Real Sigma males will never treat people differently based on their intellect or social status. When they relate to people, it's because they genuinely care and not because of your social status. Some men tend to treat personalities of higher social standing, especially others, with suspicion because of their ulterior motives. But this does not in any way concern the Sigma males because they are not trying to get into a social hierarchy. This type of man does not follow the trend. They are guided by their personal decisions on which route to take. The Sigma male exudes confidence, and this entices women. Once you are not confident in yourself, women won't be confident in you, and I can assure you that they will not be attracted to you. Just like the cheese that a rat can smell from afar, women can smell the lack of confidence from far, and once they smell it in you, you stand no chance with them. People in this category mostly turn to jokes by women. In addition to confidence, a Sigma male also has high self-esteem. When a man is constantly accepting of who he is and doesn't look down on himself, his confidence attracts others. This means that having a strong sense of self-worth makes people admire some men more than others. This trait aids in the processing of emotions intelligently and increases resilience. When you embrace yourself for who you are, people will naturally gravitate toward you. You don't look down on yourself and expect people to want to be around you. That is a negative vibe, and women don't want any of it. We, humans, love our personal space, even when we are in a relationship. Some people lack respect for boundaries, but not Sigma male. This is because he also cherishes his personal space. He establishes clear limits for himself and is aware of them. He considers his mental and emotional space to be precious. He displays assertive behavior and guards his space when someone tries to cross it. However, Sigma males frequently feel comfortable sharing their space with significant partners, family members, and close acquaintances. So, if you are his woman, there is no cause for alarm. Now that you know why every woman wants a Sigma male, I'm sure you would like to know how to become a high-value Sigma male or how to be respected among women. Click on the image to find out. Don't forget to subscribe.